Greetings TTRPG fans and enthusiasts, I am your host and narrator John and welcome to Legitcast episode 18. Today we are joined by a member of our wonderful TTRPG community, Skoen from SkoensTavern. How are you, my friend?
Hello, I am good, thanks. How are you?
I am great. You can check Skoen's Tavern channel. It's now popping on chat thanks our trusty Nightbot. So let's start with telling us who you are, what's your channel about, what's the name of the tavern, why the tavern, and the tavern behind you, and where can people find you?
Well, as you can see, they can find me on my Twitch channel, SkoensTavern, and there's also a link on my channel to my YouTube where all games that I have previously played on my channel you can find. And yeah, the funny thing is, I did not start as SkoensTavern. I started my streaming name as Skoen1986. Started video game streaming. But after a year, I was like, I don't like this. I don't get any fun out of it. So, I was already doing a little bit of tabletop RPGs, and then I just like, you know what? I'm gonna change my entire channel. I'm going to make it a full-on tabletop RPG channel. Choose a name that fits more to that. Which, like, well, how many fantasy TTRPGs always start in tavern? Why not then SkoensTavern?
Yeah, that sounds great. So you were like obviously a TTRPG player before, but you realized that you didn't enjoy video games as much as you do rolling dice with friends, right?
I still enjoy video games, but not to stream them.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about your crew. You have a faithful crew that we can see over here on the pictures. That I've seen that you play like recurring players. That you play many games that we will get on which games later. And you have like a rotation between who is GMing and who is a player. Talking about your crew, are you people like from real life? Did you met them online? How do you get all your Avengers get together, you know?
I'm always looking for new players, new people that would love to run a game on my channel, but at the moment, yeah, I have a pretty stable recurring crew, you could say. Only three of the people that are recurring I have never met in real life. Which is the one you see now, Phoenix. He is, playing since season 2 of Masks, and has been in every game since. I've met Maurice on a tabletop RPG convention here in the Netherlands. And he was in one of my games that I ran there as a guest GM, and after that he joined my game on stream and has been ever since. And Foxy I met online, but after that we did meet in real life as well on the tabletop RPG convention as well. The only one I have never met in real life is Dawn, because he's American and lives in America. And Magnolia, who is now in my Dragonbane game, she is American but lives in Ireland. And yeah, and Phoenix I have never met in real life, but he is Dutch, so who knows, that could happen pretty quickly.
Shout out to those conventions bringing people together and letting you assemble your amazing cast of players. They're very fun to watch, very good at roleplay. And let's now dig our teeth to the main course, which is the games that you play. Let's start with Lancer. Lancer is a very commercially successful game that came out like this past few years in Kickstarter, I believe. It was like maybe it raised like $1 million. I'm not sure, but I remember it was greatly successful. And players do play both the pilots and the mechs in a sci-fi-ish mech-oriented world in a great hexagon terrain. This is all I know about Lancer, more or less. Tell me more about it, please.
That was pretty much as much as I knew about it at first as I heard it, because Don came with it. I just asked my crew, like, you have any game that you might want to run for the Wednesday game? Because I do, at the moment, I do one season of a game, like 10 to 12 sessions. Then we have a week off, and then we start something else to have a little bit of change of content on my channel. Could still come back, because at the moment we are doing season 2 of Lancer, but I've also never had heard of the game Lancer. But who doesn't like mechs? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a little older than me. I think maybe around the same age. So I bet you grew up with Gundam.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. It didn't really play in Greece, and there are like channels in Greece, but I'm familiar with the making system. Yeah.
When I was young, Gundam Wing was on the TV, and I loved that show. I mean, a huge mech that fights against a whole army of other mechs, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
So, being able to play it yourself, that's just even more awesome. And the only gripe that I have still with that system is combat takes forever. That is a little bit a problem with that game, in my opinion, but still, the system is really awesome.
So basically, you navigate between playing your players like in the roleplay scenes, and then getting onto the mechs, and then like the action starts.
Yeah, all combat is in mechs. There can be roleplay combat as you are on ground missions, as they call it. But then they are not like you attack, roll damage. No, then you just have a specific skill like fist to face. That's one of the skills that I have. It's literally called like that, the skill, and it just means that you hit someone in the face and you start a combat or whatever.
Yeah.
An altercation.
So, tell me what is about the system of Lancer that you don't enjoy as much.
Well, at the moment we sometimes have combats that literally take 2 sessions. And I myself, and I know some other players, we are more story-driven people. We do like sometimes combat in a game, but we mostly like story. And even though the story is still good, I still sometimes have like, why is the combat again like an entire session? But we still get viewers for it. Still people love it, and we still like playing it. We just need to find, and we're still working on that as well, finding a way to make combat a little bit faster and more agreeable for stream, because people would not like to watch you fight an entire session. It's not Dragon Ball Z.
Exactly. So, and tell me, like the best thing for you, that the best thing for the system of Lancer, your favorite thing.
My favorite thing is while you are on ground missions, it's a lot of investigating. Yeah, you really have to look at stuff, find out stuff, do things that might not be completely legal, but still to find locations to go to, because even though the combat is very long, it isn't the main focus in the game, and that is what I like. It's still a lot of roleplay as well, and research, stuff like that.
Okay, tell
And
me,
the
like,
bonds.
do you play like a pre-made story or like a custom one, a homebrew?
This is what I understand of done, a pre-made story. We are still in Act 1, and it is a story that exists out of 3 acts, but the first act we're still working in that one, even though we're already in season 2 of the game on stream.
Okay. So it took you like over like 6 months when you change your seasons? Over like 10 sessions, rather, yeah.
10 to 12 sessions mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
Last time we stopped a little sooner because I went on holiday to America. So we made it 8 sessions. Then we did a season of Avatar Legends again.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
get back
after
to
that, we continued with Lancer again.
So without spoiling the pre-made story, tell me a little bit about the story of Lancer that you're playing. And give me like an example of roleplay, like nice moment, a great moment during roleplay, another great moment during mech combat.
Well, mech combat is we have one of our players. She wasn't in the first season, but in this season she has the ability to hack into other mechs. And we needed to find a location where a specific object we needed to stop something was, and I didn't have enough movement to go there. So she hacked my mech, made me move extra to make it in one turn. And she is also able to do that with enemies. Just take over the mech and let them move or do stuff. And that is one of the fun things to do.
It sounds like the most power gaming broken ability.
Well, it's really fun. It's really fun.
What build would you recommend for Lancer in order to power game it through?
That depends entirely on what you like as a player. My mech is full on melee. I use swords. I'm working on going again. I now just have a starter mech. We all have our starter mechs, but I'm working on getting a mech that has like a grappling hook that makes me pull the enemy towards me so that I can immediately attack with my sword.
Scorpion style from Mortal Kombat. Get over here.
Yeah, kind of like that.
But with mechs.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. So yeah, you get to customize your mech, if it's range, if it's like rockets, if it's like melee in your case. Yeah, that's really cool. And I really like the aesthetics of the game that you have like in the main book, like the mech and the pilot next to it, and they're kind of matching in the... It's like your pilot, for example, someone with a katana sword or something like it, to match the vibe of your mech.
Yeah, you can make that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Is it like using a D100 or what's the system? Is it easy to learn?
It is a D20 system, but it's not like you have to roll a specific score over it. No, if you do a like a normal investigation something, you roll the D20. If it's lower than a 10, you don't get it. But if it's higher than a 10, you do get it. But then the number depends on how successful it is. And that is the GM decides then if it's full-on success or partial success or something might still happen.
Pretty standard stuff. Would you recommend, is it like one of your favorite RPGs? Would you recommend it to others?
It's not my favorite, but if you are like Max, then I would definitely advise you to play it. It is, even though I haven't played a lot of mech-focused RPGs, I do like this one.
There are not that many mech-focused RPGs.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, bonus question. What is your favorite TTRPG?
At the moment, Avatar Legends.
Okay, you're giving me the great transition to the next series of questions that I have. So going from one amazing commercial success from Lancer, going to one of the best ever, it's Avatar Legends TTRPG. For some reason, again, I don't remember the numbers, but I remember at the time, I think it was like number one. I think like it was definitely over 1 million, maybe two or something.
It had one of the most successful Kickstarters of any tabletop RPG ever.
Yeah, that's
Because it made its goal within a day, I believe.
within a day is relatively easy, but raising over like something 1 million is like you're in a top elite of Kickstarters in the genre. But are you also a fan of the series and
Yeah, huge
the anime?
fan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, huge fan. Such a big fan that I even have a deck box for trading card games of Appa, and all the boxes in it are characters from Avatar.
Yeah. So I guess you were before the TTRPG was announced. So by the time you heard that this is coming out, you were like, I need to play this, right?
Immediately backed it, full on, maxed out.
Like that. Okay.
And up till now, I have everything of Avatar Legend. I even backed the 6-part new adventure that is coming out in a few months.
So let's talk about Avatar Legends. What, in your opinion, makes it such a great game and such a huge commercial success?
I also think it is partially the franchise. Avatar The Last Airbender was such a great success in animation and in story that a lot of people, especially around my age or a bit younger even, they grew up with the show, they love it. And it is powered by the Apocalypse system, which in my opinion is one of the best narrative-driven systems there is.
It is. It is like if you want a narrative-driven system, PTBA is pretty unique. I still haven't had a chance to play any game in PTBA. I've only like seen stuff, actual plays, and studied.
You're always welcome to join one of mine.
I might take up your offer. So Avatar Legends. Okay, so are you playing like a pre-made story and this in the same manner that you did like a Lancer? Are you jamming that one? I think you're jamming that one, right?
Season of Avatar Legends, and we did the second season before this Lancer game, and then that one was GM'd by Noise. But after this Lancer game, we're going to a different PBTA game that I'm going to GM again. So then I will be back in the GMing seat.
Yeah. I'm curious, what era is the TTRPG playing out? Or I guess you can choose, you can always choose the era, but generally, which era are you playing? Is it like Ang era? Is it like much later, which is steampunk?
At the moment, there are 5 eras that you can play. The first 2 seasons that we played was in the Korra era, so the latest era. But if it's when it's coming back, I'm not going to say when, because it's going to come back. I am going to play, hoping if I'm going to run it, it's going to be in a different era.
Like which era?
If we are going to play the pre-made set, which I want to play, that is coming out, it will be the Roku era. So the Avatar before Aang.
Yeah, the Earthbender, like the Great Earthbender.
The Firebender.
Oh, the one who was a Firebender before.
Kyoshi was the Earthbender.
Kyoshi, yeah, I was thinking one. She's pretty amazing. So there is also like a new animated series coming out, right?
Yeah. There is a animated series coming out, I believe, at the end of this year. There is a animated movie coming out about the older years of the Aang group. And there's still season 2 and 3 coming out of the live action series.
Yeah, that was pretty okay. I don't know. I'm not as a huge fan as yours. I'm not like very knowledgeable of all the lore. But what do you think of this live action series?
Well, I might be one of the few people that are like that. I do not compare it with the animation. Because a lot of people do, and they're like, oh, it misses this, it misses that. Yes, it does, but that's because some things do not work in live action as they do in animation. And I still, even though some things weren't in the same part of the world of Avatar as it was in the show, I still really enjoyed the show.
Okay, that's very respectful. I think we should judge each genre and its medium based on its strengths and weaknesses and realize, there's the same discussion with the One Piece live action, which I also enjoyed. But anyway, don't get ourselves into too much into TV and movies. We're here to talk about TTRPGs. So I had a question before I wanted to ask about the eras. Could you play in an era after Korra, like after the steampunk era, to see what's coming next, like in the future? Not exactly futuristic or even modern, but maybe.
I would say an era before the Kyoshi era, because that's the first era you can play, the earliest era. I would say not that easy, because those avatars are set. But you can always homebrew eras after Korra. And now then after the new avatar. I would then say like go ahead in time, like 5 avatars in the future. You can make out whatever happened to the world. I mean, we already know that Korra created a full-on apocalypse on the world. So yeah, all that technology is gone again.
Okay, yeah, you can always restart. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She also restarted an entire avatar cycle, so why not?
I guess obviously players cannot play the avatar, right?
Nope.
Yeah, I guess that
they
makes
can
sense.
they can meet the avatar. They could actually encounter the avatar in the game, but you are never playing the avatar because there's only one.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you get to play one of the 4 nations, or you could play like a swordsman or like a commoner or trader or something.
You can play any bender, but you can also play a character that uses weapons, but also a character that uses, as they call it, technology. But if you are like in a earlier era, it is technology that would have be seen as technology for that era. If you play technology like in the Kyoshi era, it would be like you're using pouches with specific kind of powders that when you throw it, it creates a spark, whatever.
Yeah, so I guess it's a lot more fun to play Bender, right?
It can be challenging to play a non-bender.
Yeah.
But of course, if you keep in the same jokes as the show, you will be the butt of all the jokes.
Yeah. Which nation are you playing when you're a player?
The last season that I was a player, I've played a blind airbender.
That's cool.
Cool. Yeah, it was a little bit taken of Toph from, of course, the last airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah, but instead of seeing by vibration, I saw by waves.
Yeah. So I really like with this like lore that you can also combine stuff. For example, like metal bending or even blood bending. Does the TTRPG offer new types of bending in such a manner?
If you are in the right era, I would say, you have to be in the right era to be able to. Because if you play like in the 100G War era, then metal bending has not yet been discovered, because that is literally a discovery of Toph. But blood bending might have already been there, but kept secret. We don't know that.
Can the game introduce
something like that? Could be.
Can the game introduce another form of bending, like homebrew or something in a futuristic era, or in the past, something that was lost lore, something lost?
It doesn't really have that in the system to add stuff like that, but as in with a lot of TTRPGs, you can always homebrew stuff. You can always think of things, because I would say if you have like a firebender that had a relationship with a waterbender, that the child might be able to mist bend
or something. Yeah. So how exactly does like Avatar, the Last Airbender is a very combat and martial arts oriented world. How does it translate to a PTBA system?
Well, the combat is short and fast. You have you choose one of three approaches. You have well, I could take a yeah, I believe I have it somewhere here. Yeah. No, this is a character sheet. You have like different forms. I'll open my. Where do I have it? I have there. Let's see. You have combat exchanges. It exists out of 7 steps, and the first 2 steps are actually the same. You have that you choose which approach you choose, and the approaches are like defend and maneuver, advance and attack, or evade and observe. Then you show what the GM reveal first, and then the PCs opposing each reveal shows that. Then first go to the ones that chose defend and maneuver, they resolve their approach, then advance and attack, they resolve their approach, and then the evade and observe. But the way you are able to choose like what kind of technique you are able, you have to 2d6s, like every PBTA game, 2d6s. If you roll 7 to 9, you are able to do a basic or master technique. You have every stance has 3 basic techniques. You can a master technique is like a specific bending technique or weapon technique that you have fully under control. And you also have like you can also do one practice technique. Practice means you have learned the technique once, but used it once, I believe, in combat. And you have, or of course, if you roll 10 plus, you can also get a master technique, 2 different basic or master techniques. So depends on what you roll in what you can use. And during every combat, you can even change the balance, which is a very big component in this system. If someone gets off balance, combat is over, or your fatigue is down.
Yeah.
Because you don't kill in Avatar.
So, yeah, right. So you don't really can create like a fire shield, and because PTBA is not like very combat oriented. So I think it misses a lot of actual techniques of like circling myself in fire and rolling around and
There are, you do have because if you go like the Phantom stance, there are moves that you have that are specific to some bending specifications, like fire shield. You might have the wall making for a bender or a wall, stuff like that. You do have it.
Okay, all right. And then it's like narrative action scene, narrative and action scene. All right. So this is a definitely SkoensTavern recommendation. Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
Avatar Legends. It is at the moment one of my favorite systems.
Yeah. Interesting. Another game on the list. But you also get to play a lot of masks, which is like a superhero TTRPG, but more in the teenage superheroes like angle. So tell me a little bit about that and what type of stories are you playing there?
It's also a PBTA system. So it's also 2d6 system, and one of the things that I always liked with the PBTA systems is you as the GM do not roll any dice. And a lot of the things that are created in your game are player-based. Especially in Masks, if you want to introduce like a villain, you can just ask one of the players, what would this villain be named? And what would be his powers? Or what would be his motivation? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with Masks, the fun thing is, yeah, you are a superhero. Yeah, you have power. Are you someone that like wants to keep his powers secret for all your friends? Or are you someone that flaunts it? Shows everyone I have those powers. With all the things that could happen when you do. And that is the thing that I like with Masks. You're a teenager, but you also have the teenage angst.
Yeah, it's I feel it's like relatively close to the original, like early Spider-Man days, among many others, like from Spider-Man to whatever Kid Omega. But I think the Spider-Man is the first that really went to a teenager with superpowers, so it has to do a lot about this the angst and the social interactions and the alter ego, or having alter ego or not, right?
You do have one playbook that is literally inspired by Spider-Man. It's called Janus, and one of the most important power abilities that playbook has is the mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that one you really are playing as in you have to keep your real life and your superhero life separate. And how far will you go to do that? That's the fun thing to, as a GM, that is one of the fun things to touch upon.
Yeah,
because as Spider-Man also does, he doesn't want his Aunt May to be attacked, and when it does, he gets scary.
Yeah. So, what do you, as a player, which is like your character, and what are their superpowers?
Multiple characters in this game. I played a alien that could shapeshift. I've played one of my most fun characters was a Janus. He had the ability to talk with rodents. His name was Buckteeth, the heroic name. And even in the game, my character got in a relationship with a team member, which was also his neighbor. And after a while, he technically died in a fight with a dragon. Yes, it's all possible in this game. And then came back, because I had a playbook change, as a robot.
Okay.
So, yeah, but everything that you can think of can happen in Mask. Because it is... You really have to tell it like a comic book. And as we all know, in comic books, everything can happen.
Yeah.
Characters can come back suddenly without any prior reasoning.
That's definitely the rule, that everything goes in a comic book. So what's next for SkoensTavern, from superheroes to giant mechs to airbenders? What type of new shows are coming this season, or what's next?
Well, we are going to play a new season of Masks after Lancer, because it's been on a break for quite a while, because that game was the reason I decided to change it up to 10 to 12 sessions of a game and then change it up to a different one, because I played 3 seasons in a row of Masks, and I was like, if I do not play something else now, I'm going to lose interest in this game, and I do not want that, because I like that game too much. But I am hoping, I still need to really read into some of those games. I want to run the new game by the creators of Critical Role, Daggerheart. Yeah, I want to try that one. I have a game called Unglorious, where you literally start the first session with You All Died.
With what?
with You All Died.
Oh, which one is that you all die? Which game?
Unglorious.
Glorious. Yeah, that definitely interesting premise. Is it like dark game, like Wraith the Oblivion, or is it a comical side?
It is actually comical. When I saw it for the first time, the guy that sold it played it, and he had a player that died by slipping and falling on a garden gnome. And his goal in death, because you're not alive anymore, was destroying every garden gnome there is.
Okay, that's a crazy, that's a crazy premise for
That
a game.
kind of because the premise you could say in Unglorious is you're a hero, a adventurer, but you died in a idiotic way. So you now trying to find the glory you did not get in life.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to
now I
get that
the
in
title.
death.
Now I get the title. Yeah, that's interesting. That's
Exactly.
it gives me like a Grim Fandango type of vibe.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah. So,
And that was the thing that really pulled me into that game. So I never played it. I bought the book on Spiegel in Germany, but also because it was the only thing in English there almost. Really weird international convention and things are. But yeah, I still want to try and play that, but it isn't an easy system to understand. So
that always plays a part.
Yeah.
So it has been great. I think it's let's keep it tight and on schedule. Thank you so much for joining us. You can check out SkoensTavern on Twitch and YouTube. You also have your own Discord. And
Yes.
I think that's all. So give a shout out to your fans and players.
Yeah, thank you for having me. If you ever want to join the game, you can always join my Discord. And if you want to run a game, you can also join my Discord. I'm trying to make a community for mostly my time zone. It's I still have players that aren't in the same time zone, but that's okay. And shout out, of course, to my players and my I could almost say now crew. They are really fun and good players. They understand that a tabletop RPG doesn't have to be full on serious. You can also just have fun because it is and always will be a game. Keep that in mind.
That's a very nice signing off message. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been your host and narrator, and as always, stay legit and stay meta.